I see the countdown? Hey, did I see the countdown?
Just because you weren't paying attention doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Hey, live from the Black Rock Nap Room. Wait, is it napping room or nap room? What did they land on? Nap room. Nap room. It's a do you jerks still play the good game anymore episode of something business pants. Hey
Oh, the good game. I
This
like
is my
the good
favorite.
game. This is
Joined
actually
as always
Ari's favorite, yeah.
by the Data Queen and the Misfit. I'm Larry Fink's favorite ex-MSCI ESG analyst. Did you know that? He just put out a post on Instagram.
Are those
I
claps?
think.
Because those sound like farts.
They were not claps. Those were
In today's
not a clap.
September-stained bag of Eurasia-scented nuggets called... What is Eurasia-scented? Is that like Turkey? The country of Turkey? Does it smell like turkey?
Well, what does turkey smell? Are you talking about the animal? I'm very confused. This is you're not on this intro. Let's just say
called
you've been gone
September
for 2
8th,
days.
2022. The good game. Come on, the good game, everybody.
Let's
Hey-o.
do it. Let's do it. Come on. Let's good. Let's
Here's what the good game is for those of you who don't know. We take very simple headlines that just feel good. They just seem good. When you just take the headline at face value, it seems good, and then I ask our esteemed experts or esteemed pundits whether they're actually good, and they rate it on a scale from 0 to 10. 0, it sucks. 10, it's actually good. There you go. That's the good game.
It's the most difficult game ever.
Did I explain that? Could I explain that better, Ari? You're the data queen. You know about like reducing things to the lowest common denominator.
You did a great job. You did. Okay. Everyone agrees. You did a
Zero
great
sucks.
job.
That's all you need to say.
You're doing a great
Let's
job.
Get right to it. Matt actually has things to do. Ready?
Let's do it.
This is an old-fashioned one. Let's start with an old-fashioned one. Hawaii shuts down its last coal plant. That's an old-fashioned good game headline. Shutting down coal plants. That's like ESG 101 right there.
Wow. That's a throwback
I can't
headline.
Complain about that.
Isn't it? All right, go ahead, Ari. You started.
I like a good OG.
Can't complain
headline.
with that. Does that mean a 10, Ari?
I give it a 10.
Right.
There's nothing else to say.
A 10.
Simple.
Can you
Matt's
imagine?
gonna be like, why was it still open?
No, I just can you imagine like
Yeah, why?
if you've been to Hawaii, you the only way to get like the amount of coal to power the islands of Hawaii is to like put it on a giant boat and float it across the ocean.
Ugh.
And they were doing that for like 100 years. It just seems so. There's no coal there. I like the headline. I'm giving it a 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah, but you
Can't
know
just
that's a
give it
10
a 10.
in my world.
Yeah,
I
because you
I
don't
do decimals.
that's because you don't let me round.
No, I don't.
The
Here's the
audience
next
is with
one.
me.
Strong start.
And by the way, special shout out to Grist. We love Grist here at Business Pants. Grist
We
is
do?
actually spelling Hawaii the way they want it to be spelled.
Oh, with the apostrophe?
Yeah, with the apostrophe. Most other media outlets do not do that. They don't.
You know, you're supposed to pronounce it Hawaii. Like
I
there's like
tried. Did you notice that I tried when I,
I did.
did?
I
noticed.
did. I noticed. I
Good
noticed.
try.
I thought you hiccuped.
I got a D- in a phonetic pronunciation seminar. At,
You went to
Princeton.
that seminar.
Yeah. Next, here's another one. This is kind of old-fashioned too. We always have Facebook headlines in the good game. Senior Facebook engineers say no one at the company knows where your data is kept. That sounds good if you believe them, but that sounds great. Like, so, you know what I'm trying to get at, Matt? Like, there's no real easy way for engineers at Facebook to find Matt Moscardi's data because it's hidden under so many privacy protocols. That's what they're claiming.
Is that what they're not saying like we
That
took
sounds-
the hard drive with your data and we gave it to Gus and we don't know what Gus did with it. They're saying that
Well,
there's actual
that's why-
protocols.
Can I just be honest? Can I be honest? That's why I first tagged the article because I thought it was hilarious. But then when I read it, I was like, oh, this could be good.
Because it does
True.
sound a little
It
like
does sound like that. But that's not
Like-
that's not what they're claiming. Not what they're claiming.
okay. All right,
Ari, do you understand this? You're
Wow,
staring
that
at the spider
broke
on the
my
ceiling. So
brain.
yeah. Do you
No one knows
understand?
I understand.
Isn't that good?
I don't know how that makes me feel.
Oh, Okay. Well,
No one-
does it make your data feel more secure? You're a Facebook user.
I don't think so. It just makes my data feel lost. Like
Well.
anybody can access it.
This is like taking care of a kink in my back. Thank you.
I just like that
Um,
Ari's thought process is ominous.
Come on,
I
Ari.
don't like this at all.
Start
I'm
the
gonna give
scoring.
this a 4.
Oh, Matt. Matt doesn't believe it.
I
Or he thinks they're just stupid.
I literally I don't believe it. Like they have a data breach every 7 seconds.
Right.
Because they
everybody
don't know where
else,
the data is.
everybody else seems to be able to find the data
They
and
know where the
steal
data
it.
is.
And it's just like
They don't. Yeah.
they know. It's just the engineers don't know. I think they just interviewed like a guy who's like, I don't know where your data is. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, and that was it. I'm gonna give this a 2. I think it feels very false to me.
To be fair to Facebook, Matt, the article says they interviewed 2 guys.
Oh, all right.
So
well,
it's
okay.
actually
Well,
2 senior
due
engineers. Yeah.
diligence, not a grist article. I take it.
All right, here's a speed round. I just want you to rate the headline. That's it. The cocaine in Australia contains barely any cocaine.
What's
Just
in
rate
it?
the headline, Ari. That's
Okay,
it. Just rate the headline.
Wow. 7. I'm
What?
very intrigued.
Only a
7.
7.
I
It's
was
a 10.
hoping-
It's a 10.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Ari, how to improve on that headline? How do I get better? Well, how do we do better?
I don't know. I was just confused.
Come on, can
Okay,
you
that's
imagine
okay.
like
It's okay
like
to be confused.
like cokeheads
just sugar.
everywhere? Cokeheads everywhere in Australia are just like really upset that they buying baking soda for 10 years.
Yeah, it's a weird.
It's funny.
It's a weird story. This is out of Business Insider. One of the
Of course it
headlines
is.
also says a high proportion of recent cocaine samples in Australia contain no trace of the drug. So, is it actually a cocaine sample? I don't know.
No,
or is it
it's
just
not.
Like a sample of my spaghetti.
Is
I
it
don't know.
baking powder? They just-
I don't know what's going on. Moving on. Okay, I got a couple of $400 million fine headlines. We get these a lot. I think most people maybe think they're good, but let's ask Ari and Matt. 2 of them here. Meta got fined $400 million for failing to protect kids' privacy on Instagram. And Juul settles massive nationwide probe into youth vaping for $440 million. So,
Wow.
do either of these fines matter, Ari? Are they impactful, or is this
That's
just
half
nonsense?
$1 billion.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, for Meta, that's nothing. For Juul, I feel like it's got to be a little more than change. I have no context. Like, what's the largest fine? I don't know. Is this one of the largest fines?
Well, that's the problem with these headlines, right? I guess you don't really have any context.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. It's like a couple bucks for every kid that uses Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
That's
And that's a fine out of it's not, of course, it's not a US based fine. It's Ireland. It's Ireland's fine.
oh.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That's
give
it. Wait, Ireland find them?
Yeah, which is weird, right? Because isn't Ireland basically like a new tax haven?
Well, they
data
could,
haven
they
but
could have
that's
done a
tax.
tax inversion in Ireland, and that's why Ireland is finding them, but it's really the U.S. But Ireland, if it's Ireland finding them and not the
Mhm,
U.S.
it is.
involvement, is it DOJ involved at all? Is there like some U.S. regulator involved anywhere? Because
No.
if there's no U.S. regulator involved anywhere, those are
This is great.
massive fines because Ireland doesn't fine anybody, right? Like, but if the
Yeah.
U.S. is
Except
involved,
the euro is falling though, so maybe that's
well, so it's
does that
just a
matter?
money grab. BNP Paribas got fined $9 billion, I think, 6 years ago.
billion.
Billion with
Okay.
a B, for stripping out IDs from transactions that could have been money laundering or with sanctioned countries. So this is not as much as that. Clearly,
Let me give you a bit of context as you both mull this over. This is comes from the Ireland's data watchdog, the Data Protection Commission. They found the fine was partly based on the fact that Instagram had allowed children to operate business accounts, and that and that the accounts of 13 to 17-year-olds were set to public as their default setting. How about that?
well, I like that they allowed them to start business.
That seems like a massive fine for, I don't know, I'm gonna give this a 7. Find
A
them.
7. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
torn actually.
Keep on finding them.
Hats
because
off to Ireland.
Ireland doing a thing is new. However, it's not that much money for the actual companies, and
That's true. And it will be appealed, of course.
and apparently Ireland could find the data, right? Like Ireland found the
Ooh,
kids'
I
data,
like it.
and
Yeah.
so I'm gonna give this a 5. It's kind of a nothing.
Right. Okay. Those are our $400 million
Blah, blah,
headlines. Yeah, blah 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 is right. Okay. I hesitated to put this one in here because it just seems like full of words, too many words. But you guys are our experts, so I'm going to throw it out at you. Biden has chosen a climate change legal expert to head a major regulatory office that hasn't had a permanent leader in a while.
Who wrote this headline?
It's
yeah,
not a
Ari,
great
what do you
headline.
think about this?
It's
No,
not a
it's
great
not. It's
headline,
terrible.
but what it is
But I feel like
is
it's going to excite Ari. I feel like this
I
excites
think-
Ari in some
Yeah,
reason.
no, it does. This is the
Thank
type
you.
of people that we need to be
See?
putting into leadership.
Right?
I think. It's
with
start.
John
I don't know.
Podesta. Is it John Podesta, right? You got.
I want to
you got
know, Matt, does it make Vivek angry?
tagged?
Right,
That's an
right. You think this
excellent
angers him?
question. I like that something happened, but something hasn't really happened. So I'm going to give it a
No.
7. It's fine.
Ari?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Moving on. This is a good one. British TV show offers to pay energy bills as a spin the wheel prize amid growing fears of Europe's dystopian crisis. That sounds good, though, right? That's good. People like winning cars and the price is right. I mean, that's great,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'll give anybody my oil bill whenever it comes, anytime. This is great. 10.
Wow, I thought she'd mock this. You know, there's also legislation coming out of the UK of capping energy bills to £2,500 this season. 2,500, which is weird because I think this is coming out of the Conservative Party, the Tory Party. So that kind of surprised me. But
Isn't that just
capping.
paying for election for votes? Isn't that all that is?
oh, maybe that's right. But that doesn't seem like something that the Tories do. But anyway, Matt, what do you think?
I think this is moderately ridiculous.
Right, which is why it's awesome.
Moderately,
I'm gonna
moderately
go.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4.
Imagine that you finally got on a game show. You finally, you're thinking maybe you have a chance either to win a new Tesla, maybe a cruise to the Bahamas, and you're just getting your
Bills
heating bill paid.
How dare you?
Priorities.
The real win here is Matt picking the right sound effect for that segment. I love my favorite sound effect, which is the match game theme show. Moving on. I put this in our CEO's rule category. We have a new female CEO, everybody, and we have a new female CEO that is classically poised right on the edge of the glass cliff.
Oh, good.
And that is this headline: Liz Truss named new UK Prime Minister, taking over after Boris Johnson was forced from office by scandal. So here's the confusing question I have for our experts: Is it good when a woman takes over, even if she's a heinous, tax-hating Margaret
No.
Thatcher type woman?
No.
It's not
I'm gonna
Yeah.
override whatever Ari's gonna say, and this
Okay.
is another opportunity for a
You still
woman
get
to
to
take
vote,
the
Ari.
seat of power and clean up after a man who had no interest in rules or power. Like all it was about like the man doing what the man wanted. Now the woman has to come up and clean up for the entire party. If she doesn't do an amazing job being like the cleanup agent for Boris Johnson's ridiculousness, then we hold her to some standard that she's a giant failure. And it's only like an interim, right? Like she's not.
No.
How long does she get here to clean up?
that I don't.
She
know.
gets like a
The way
year,
they-
like before
yeah,
they have like
call-
another general
yeah.
election.
The
Like,
way elections are called there is a little bit different in the U.S., of course.
so this is just another opportunity for a woman to be put in a position to effectively be held to a higher standard and fail because
Well-
there's no way she could meet that standard, and
So
she doesn't
you
get
get-
any credit for anything when she's done because
Let me tell you this, Ari.
I hate it.
That's
It's
depressing.
it's a
Let me
zero.
tell you this, Ari. the UK now of the last 8 prime ministers, 3 have been women.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, consider that the U.S. never had a woman, right? Never.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
3 out of the last 8. That's impressive.
3 is more
Also,
than none.
The last woman who was the prime minister, Theresa May, she was there to clean up the mess of the Brexit disaster. Another classic glass cliff situation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm kind of
she was
so
vilified for it.
Yeah.
she
and-
was right, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of
She was
impressed that
mocked constantly.
that only 3 years later they're going back to another woman. So the glass cliff, usually the problem with the glass cliff is that you won't see another woman for decades.
No, the
but
genius
No,
is
there's
now we're
just
getting
the
another woman
one-
though. We're getting one.
no,
Could be good. This is good, right?
No, they
It's a
made a
pendulum
mess.
swinging.
Then Brexit
Fine.
was a mess. They make Theresa May clean it
scapegoat.
up. Then Boris Johnson's a mess, and they make Liz Truss clean it up. It's just
All right, you're
terrible.
you're
It's
leading
terrible.
Ari too much.
Oh,
Ari,
it's
what's your
terrible.
vote?
I'm gonna give
Alright,
this a
what's
2.
Oh.
Yes.
Sad.
And
Get
Matt,
another
a 4?
cleaning person.
4 for you,
No,
Matt?
I gave it a 0.
Oh, a 0.
Whoa.
I tried. Next headline. We talked about this in the show last week. Governor Newsom in California signs fast food law,
Oh,
setting
yeah.
stage for $22 an hour pay for next year. Right.
The
bit
studio
of
audience
context here.
loves this.
Little bit of context. I'll give Ari some time to think about this. An industry trade group, of course, is angry. Says the bill could raise costs for fast food restaurants by $3 billion, right? But I will tell you this, too. McDonald's profit for last year was almost $13 billion. Just McDonald's.
Oh, we can't
So it looks like they
afford
can afford
Travis
this
Scott
already.
anymore.
Wow.
So what do you think?
They can do
What do you
it.
think?
They can
This
do
is
it.
the-
They can suck it up. And if they can't, they'll close the doors. There will be less fast food restaurants. This is great.
Yeah,
All
close the doors.
Actually, that's very
Ten.
good.
Yeah.
So what? 10.
Out.
Matt, you agree? 10?
I'm a 10. Yeah, and
Moving on.
I'm swayed by the crowd.
Yeah, it's a bit much crowd. You can go
Dial it back.
speed round. I want you to rate just the headline.
Okay.
Just focus on the headline. How does it make you feel? 0 to 10. Is it good? High tech toilet maker sees U.S. growth after COVID paper panic.
10.
Right?
No, stop cutting
No.
down trees to wipe your ass with it. No.
Wait, no,
Right.
no.
They are.
They are, right?
High-
High tech toilet maker sees U.S. growth. No toilet, no paper.
No paper?
Right?
Wait, these are paper-free
Isn't that what-
toilets? I don't know
I'm
what the
assuming that-
high-tech toilet is. What is the high-tech
I'm
toilet?
assuming
It washes your butt, and somebody.
Oh, it's
does
a
with
it.
bidet.
lasers.
It's a
Yeah, lasers.
Somebody,
Is this
somebody
a-
comes out and gives a little kiss too.
Oh, that's everything about this now is amazing. It's a 100.
Okay. We have 2 more.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I hope the audience applauds that we only have 2 more. This one's for Ari. This is one I'm going to lead the audience, the contestants a little bit. This is one
Tell
that
me.
I'm actually officially calling genius. This
Oh my gosh.
This one's especially for Ari because not only is it from the country she used to live in, but I think this is talking about a particular problem you've had recently. Here we go. Germany doesn't want you to pay for a flight until the day you fly, which could cure the nightmare of trying to get refunds on canceled travel. Right? I mean, I'm going to celebrate Germany and say that I just think this is genius.
This
It's the
is
same
so
thing.
smart.
It's the same thing at hotels. When you book hotel reservations, you don't pay until you get there.
You pay for a no-show, I guess.
Well, you're an idiot if you prepay or
That's
if you don't have the right
true.
cancellation policy. Like but
Yeah.
I'm just saying this
This
solves
is amazing.
everything, right, Ari?
This is amazing.
Solves everything.
This
Come
is
on.
a 500. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Why am I so excited by this, Matt? Why did this make me so excited? I
Because
have no
it's a
idea.
brand new idea.
Because
of
Germany is right
an
next to
industry
France,
that's
and you like
been
France.
around for
Shut
so
up.
long.
Shut up. It just works.
No,
It's a
this
stakeholder
is
win. Matt, you seem skeptical.
No, I'm trying to find something I don't like about it. I think I like it. I think it's just a good. I think I'm just gonna give it a 10. I think it's
Yeah. But this ruins
Wow.
Business Insider, right? I mean, this ruins Right?
No.
The crowd loves that it just ruined Business Insider.
All right, and finally.
There'll still
Yes.
there'll still be fights on board.
Finally, in
fine.
September 8th, 2022, good game. In a story that we've been foreshadowing for years, I feel like this is proof that the world listens to us. Here's the headline. Was that it? It's a joke? We have fans somewhere. Finland? Do they still exist, our fans in Finland, or are they out?
No, fuck Finland. They don't listen anymore.
Yeah, I agree, by the way. I can both say I love you, Finland, and, go fuck yourselves. All right, here we go. Here's the headline. A Dutch city has become the world's first to ban ads for meat in public places over climate concerns. The move is part of an effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the city after meat was added to an official list of products deemed to contribute to climate change. So there you go.
Wow.
Banning ads for meat.
How many
Come on.
meat ads did they have in public places?
Yeah, I'm imagining
question.
I'm imagining a lot of slithery, bloody sausage.
I mean, it was
Wow.
just like you go to a
Buses.
public park and there's a billboard for sausage. Every
But
Dutch
we've
city.
talked about this for years. Like meat might enter the category of like cigarettes soon, right?
Yeah, I think that might
I
be
hope so.
that might be overkill.
No, I think that's great. This is awesome.
Yeah, Ari, you want to start with the scoring on this one?
This is a girl
Yeah.
who eats lentils for 3 meals a day. Yeah,
well,
sure.
so what's wrong with that?
I also
And she's a
I
woman,
mean,
by the way. So how dare you?
I'm gonna give this a 10 because, I mean, some people will look at this and be like, "What's the point? What's the matter?" But you know what? In the city, they have their priorities, and saving the planet and doing things for climate, they're doing it everywhere. So good for them. 10.
Feels like a vegetarian vendetta. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna give it a 6 because it's not that it's bad, but it's certainly not. It's better
What's it
than
gonna do?
nothing. But like
Nothing.
But come on, like, what are we talking about here? We're banning ads, so now suddenly nobody's gonna want meat because there's no pictures of sausages in town square. That's what we're
Well,
saying.
look,
That's not their
Ye-
point.
you're mocking it, but
I am.
something I've
Believe
talked
I am.
about several times before, I think, is that the probably the only thing that America seems to have done well is reduce cigarette smoking, right?
because they
like our-
taxed the shit out of cigarettes.
Yeah, but they
banned
started
all
by getting rid of
advertisements
ads
everywhere.
wait, exactly. See what he just said? Banning all advertisements.
Everywhere,
right?
not in public places.
Okay, but it was
I
part,
could deal
it's part
away
of it.
without Burger King commercials for sure.
I mean, they basically and it's not exactly like the cigarette companies don't exist anymore. We just covered the fact that Juul managed to to advertise to kids, and they found a way. And there's let's be honest, this is the beginning of not really a thing. Do you think they're going to stop eating sausage in the Dutch city because they don't have one picture of it in the town square? Come on. It's a 6.
Look,
it's fine,
starting.
but it's
It's all
not.
starting.
It's
It's
not.
starting.
It's
All right,
whatever.
let's get to the scores. The audience, are you ready for this, audience? I think we might have our all-time. Well, let's go start with Matt's score, which is actually very high for Matt. Very robust, 6.7. Very robust. Matt, in a
Wow.
very good mood.
That's very
But-
good for me.
All
But
right.
audience, you ready for this? I think we have our highest score ever. I think this is our all-time high score. Ari the Data Queen coming in at 8.1.
Wow.
So I think we're the fall.
I mean, let's be honest.
Fall
Blah, blah, blah.
fall 2022 starting off pretty good over here.
You
yeah.
did say like of 5 of the headlines that you picked them for Ari. So let's be
Who
honest
cares?
about like what's happening here,
Who cares?
which is to say that you just
None of that. Nobody
You're
cares.
The no
catering to
meat
the-
ads really got me.
yeah,
Love it.
something about no sausages in a town square. That was Damon Rollis and Ari the Data Queen. I'm Matt Mascardi. We are Free Float Media. If you like this, we'll be back tomorrow. We might have a special guest, a new guest tomorrow.
Ooh.
A new Free Float Media person.
Ooh.
We'll see if we can figure out the tech for
They
it.
come
But
and they go.
if we can, then we'll have somebody else tomorrow for our weekend wrap up. Until then, goodbye.